And check this out. Look. Oh. Today we're reviewing the HL28 Artemis, or Artemis, depending on how you want to pronounce it. It's a zoomable hunting headlamp. It's 3-in-1. Has white, green, and red colors. I'm going to tell you why this is my new hunting headlamp over the previous one that I used to use. Now, this is not completely useless yet. I'm still going to be using this, and I'm going to tell you in what instances I'm going to use this cheaper option, and in one instances I'm going to be using this a little premium high-end model. There's a little bit of difference in size and weight. I'm going to show you all the differences, pros and cons. I really like how it comes in this really cool and really quality case. It's a hard case, and there you see Brinyte. Let's go over some of the details. This is the HL28 Artemis headlamp. It features 450 lumens on the white setting, 180 on the red, and 150 lumens on the green. Notice this is on the floodlight zoom. You can see the lumens decrease a bit with the spotlight. It's waterproof to IP66 standards and has a 1 meter impact resistance. It's got 10.6 hour runtime on green and 6.2 hours on white. It also throws the beam 530 meters on white and about 325 meters on green and a bit less on red. This features the Brynite patented tri-light switch, adjustable head up to 90 degrees, and a zoomable beam. You can simply choose to disconnect it here or connect it again. Here's the knob. We're on white, green, and red. Notice how the clicks are nice and tactile. You can hear them yourself, but they're not loud enough for the animals to hear you. This is the zoom right here. It's nice and smooth. And check it out. Nice and oiled as well. There you have your LEDs. It also has a stepless dimming knob switch, a comfortable strap, and an intelligent battery indicator with a magnetic charging port. This is the switch to turn it on. It's really smooth and audible. Listen to this. And then you can't hear it afterwards. And then you hear it again here. First of all, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Look at the size and weight difference. Just the battery by itself and this headlamp by itself, it's about 3 times the weight. Now that has its advantages and disadvantages. Although this thing has its weight, it's really reliable out there in the field, and you'll know exactly how much juice you're gonna get out of both these 21700 batteries. Here is the battery compartment. It has 2 batteries. Let's show you what one of them looks like. They're 5,000 milliamps, 21700, 3.6 volts. There's the positive and the negative. In comparison to this, sometimes you don't know how much you're gonna get. You might get an hour and a half, you might get an hour. Only bad thing is I can't have my GoPro when I have this on. I'll have to put it on my shoulder or on my chest because this is just too heavy and too bulky to have both. But for what I'm getting, I'm happy to put the GoPro somewhere else because this is more than necessary. It's actually very reliable, and it's better than walking around with a flashlight in your hand if you're hunting by yourself especially. You want this headlamp to be the best quality and the most reliable thing that you have. It's about 11 inches roughly stretched out. And this is for, I would consider, a normal sized head. If you were to have a bigger size head, obviously you can stretch this out further or smaller. So the battery compartment is about 4 inches in length, and it's about 2 inches in height. The headlamp itself has about a 2-inch diameter, and the whole front end, it's about 3¼ inches in length. It's about 3¼ inches in height as well, from the top of your head to the bottom of the flashlight. Here's what it looks like when you put it on. There it is right there. So there it is, that's what it looks like. Check out the side profile. It's really not that bad, look, it doesn't move at all. As long as you tighten it correctly, you'll be all right. Look at the zoom. You can turn it on and off right here. Now check it out. Now it's on. Is it on? Okay, so white. So there's the white. Now I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna zoom back in. Again, that's the white. Now let's change it to red. Zoom out. That's zoomed out, and we're zooming back in on the red. Now let's switch it to green. Zoom out. Now let's zoom back in. That's really cool. I like it. It's really not as heavy as I thought it was gonna be. It's really manageable. As long as I tighten it, I keep it tightened like this. Look, it's not moving, it's not untightening. I just put the GoPro here or on my chest. Let's talk about this one. Let's look at the specifications. First of all, you just have headlamp on here. It doesn't really have a brand. It's one of those that's unbranded. This is the setup that I was using before. So I got the GoPro up here and I got this headlamp up here. And this one turns just white. And that's the highest setting on white. That's the medium setting. Now it's just white spread out, even lower, red, blinking red, and it's off. And this one has a motion detection, so where I have it here, if I go like this, it should turn off. This isn't bright enough for my liking when I'm out there by myself, especially when I'm out there at night hog hunting. This should be a little brighter in my opinion, and I'm not sure sometimes if the battery's gonna be reliable or if it lost charge if I didn't charge it within like a month or something. And that's something that you can't have out there in the field. That's why I much rather have something like this that's more reliable and for hunting. But this is something that you can do on a quick hunt, except that you're just gonna have to be stuck with the white light. But this is good for when you're leaving the stand, you're coming back. This is for when you're done hunting or when you're doing something, but not when you're trying to spot a hog and put a good shot on it. That's what this is for. That's where this comes in. I'm going to show you the headlamp in action first while it's getting dark around 7 p.m. There's still a bit of light left, but a flashlight is ideal for this hour. First, let's look at the cheap headlamp from AliExpress. This headlamp is actually pretty good, but now let's check out the difference when we switch to the Brynite HL28 Artemis. That's awesome, look at this. It illuminates the whole area. This is truly an amazing headlamp, and I love that I can see through the forest with the beam. The lighting doesn't do it justice here. It's a complete beam. It's the best that I've ever owned. This is one of the only things I would change. I would like the beam to be focused, but also this wide, so that I have a wide view and then a beam in the middle. To have something more like this and this at the same time. Because if I want to focus far out there, which is about 9,500 feet, maybe like 90 feet, I have to stay here, but I don't see the outsides. And if I want to see the outsides, I can't focus too far where I want to see there. That's the only bad thing about this, but for everything else, man, this thing's amazing. So I can't even complain about that. Now it's time for the hunt, and luckily we have a rabbit that's cooperating with the review. So I'll let him go this time as long as we get good footage. Notice how in the testing the red light is the best one to use. It frightens the rabbit a little bit less. Next best option is the green light without focusing it 100% like a beam. It seems to prefer the less intense green light. The white light was so bright it frightened the rabbit several times, causing it to flee. Let's switch colors. I really enjoyed reviewing this headlamp. I want to thank Brinyte for sending me this to review and for trusting RadOps to do an honest and detailed review of this product. It's truly the best I've ever owned, and that's why I can comfortably recommend this to anyone that's a hunter, hiker, or just an outdoor enthusiast. Maybe you're a person that needs a quality headlamp for whatever activity or work that you're doing. Check out the link in the bio if you don't already know where to purchase one. Thanks for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It really helps us grow. Music credits to Whoa. Work hard over everything. Check out the social media links I provided in the description below.